that I experienced and things that I would do and avoid if you're going to decide to go and work in the oil industry. Now, there's obviously Texas oil fields, Oklahoma, North Dakota, but the biggest two are obviously Texas and North Dakota. I worked personally in North Dakota. They pay a little bit more than Texas, obviously, because it's less appealing. Their winters are a little bit harsher and it's less appealing, so they have to pay more to get people up there. But there's tons of jobs you can do. Anything from stocking shelves at Walmart up to being like a company man on an actual derrick rig. I'm not gonna go over every job, but where I was in North Dakota, people stocking shelves at Walmart were making $21 an hour. So you can kind of use that as a gauge to see what kind of the skilled laborers in the oil field were making, but generally it's between $10,000 to $20,000 a month. Now, there's a lot of good things about the oil field, and then there's a lot of bad things. And what you have to watch out for is obviously, like, there's companies that are established, big companies, and then there's kind of fly-by-night contractors. Now, a couple of the myths are, one, you have to be in North Dakota to get a job. Absolutely not. I applied, I went through everything in Las Vegas, and only went out to North Dakota when I had a guaranteed job. You can do the same if you have the skills to back up your resume, or if you have the skills that are required for that job. There's no reason for you to be there. You'll go up there, you'll take the drug test, you'll sit for, you know, a day in the company house while they verify your drug test. Don't go if you're on drugs, they won't hire you. Don't waste your time, don't waste their time. Once you pass the drug test, they put you to work. Depending on what you're doing, you want to make sure that you go with a company that has housing available. I know guys who are splitting a studio apartment, or basically a room with 2 sets of bunk beds, 4 guys in a studio, and they're still paying like $800 a month each. You need to make sure that you go with a reputable company that has a housing situation in place for you at a man camp, or you're still going to be sharing a house because, you know, you're just not going to get your own place. But it's better to do that than, you know, be living in a truck or living in a tent or living in your truck. A lot of guys pull their RVs up there and plan to live in that. You can do that, but again, remember, a monthly RV space in a smaller town might be $200 a month. In North Dakota, you're going to be paying close to $700 or $800. Also, if your RV is not winterized, you know, that's going to be a problem for you for probably 5 months out of the year. There's also the issue of laundry. If you don't have laundry services, again, you can't rely on anybody to do anything for you. These are the things that you need to figure out before you leave. I've seen a lot of guys move their whole family up there with no plan, and the thing is like, oil companies book out the whole hotel. So even like when I was traveling for work, my company would still have to pay about $250 a night for a hotel for me, because that's just what the prices command. That doesn't matter if it's a Super 8 or, you know, a Ramada or whatever, Holiday Inn. They're still $200-300 a night, because that's what the market commands. So again, just kind of going up and thinking, oh, I can get a cheap motel for $40. No, you cannot. One of the other things is
Alright, so quick one. If you can speak, write, and understand good English, and you consider yourself someone...
Every decent company will pay you either hourly or by piecework. You want to make sure that you get paid hourly. Any reputable company is going to be paying you hourly. The type of companies that pay you in piecework are obviously contractors, and again, like I said, I would stay away from contractors just because there's no guarantee. Obviously, when you work for the company that is drilling or exploring or whatever they're doing, a big one like Halliburton, Schlumberger, you know, any of those big nationwide companies, you know, they're going to keep their people working the most. And if you're on a crew or you're a driver or whatever you're doing, what you have to realize is, if you're working for an outside carrier, if anything slows down, those outside carriers get cut first. Also, you know, if you're an outside